up against the USA's Jamar Talley, and based on what we saw yesterday,
In the blue corner.
I'm not going to say we've saved the best for last, but there could be fireworks in this one.
They're going to say they've saved the best for last, because two great entertainers, two contrasting styles. We're very taken with the work of Simbwa and also the fundamental boxing skills of Jamar Talley.
Talley, who just missed out on the US team for Tokyo 2020, turned down a number of professional offers to chase his Olympic dream. Had his work cut out a bit yesterday against Haiti's Leclerc Nogaus. And this is Regarn Simbwa, much more comfortable against Kopany Feher from Hungary, based in Wagga Wagga in New South Wales. He did reach the quarterfinals of the 2018 Gold Coast Commonwealth Games, and he didn't return to Uganda after that competition, as it would have put his life in danger. Settled in Australia, but now hoping to represent his homeland in Paris. Very organised, very solid. And Talley, a bit more flashy perhaps, but not lacking in skills and not lacking in technique either.
Yeah, he's also got Billy Walsh in his corner, the Irish impresario, dragged out the very best of that Olympic programme for Ireland, big results. He's now taken that, funneled it into the USA system. And you mentioned that, you know, that flash, that ability, something that's, you know, synonymous with American pro style. Walsh has taken that and just softened off those edges to add in that fundamentals for the amateur boxing style, and I think we've seen the best of that so far of Jamar Talley, and he's going to need it here because he's going to need all that experience. I mentioned previously that he was sparring with Filip Hrgovic, one of the top boxers who'll be fighting for a world title once they are spread out, once Alexander Usyk kindly hands them out to the rest of the world. He'll be in a straight eliminator, so he's got that experience and he's going to need it, because you can see the tail of the tape, the broad shoulders and the long reach of Simbwa, and it's going to be incumbent upon Talley to move his feet.
Simbwa using that jab early on. Not shy in bringing over the right either.
And neither man over-committing wisely here. Good feint there from Talley. He's just trying to draw out that backhand there from his opponent in red.
Takes a good right from Simbwa there. Simbwa's accuracy was eye-catching yesterday, and there's another right from the Ugandan. So that will certainly have earned Talley's respect, and another one, but Talley does land almost simultaneously. Left from Talley, and this one already starting to heat up.
Yeah, that intelligence of Simbwa to work behind that jab to get the space for that straight right hand. The fundamental skills of both men on show. Talley, a few bent arm shots, lifting them up there with that hooking shot to the head as well.
Really interesting contest already in prospect.
And they're also edging ever closer to each other. That range getting a little bit closer. You can see the eyes wide of Regarn Simbwa. Doesn't take a blink. Well, that one, a decent jab again there from the man in red. Good response from Talley, ebbing and flowing.
One thing I did notice about Talley yesterday, I thought he was getting tired, but I can see even in the first round he's got his mouth open, and that might just be his thing, or he could be taking big gulps of air already. He's taken a couple of good shots.
Yeah, it could be a bit of both. Gum shield's never the most fun thing when it comes to trying to get the oxygen in.
Simbwa by contrast looks pretty relaxed. Talley trying to put together a big finish. I think that's a round in the bank for the man in red.
Yeah, I think I would agree. Regarn Simbwa had some good eye-catching shots. Jamar Talley, did he add any punches of his own in terms of the tally? He does, and of course the American landing those responses, and of course the judges seeing it from ringside. So Simbwa will have to respond.
Well, if Simbwa can't get that round on the scorecards, I don't think he ever will.
I think you're not going to subdue the will that of course you'll see of Simbwa. I agree with you. The judges have seen it in the way that they have seen it. Jamar Talley obviously tallied up a few points.
Ring B, second out.
Sure what Simbwa can do differently here, because I don't think he's done anything wrong so far. I think tactically he's boxed very well so far, but he hasn't got the credit on the scorecard. I think you can tell the body language in his corner isn't great either. They look a bit glum as well.
By way of contrast, Jamar Talley, confidence growing. Good start to the first round, or the second round, I should say. Landing 3 good scoring shots. Regarn Simbwa, we've seen him very good with single shots and indeed a traditional 1-2, but he's going to have to up his work rate based on the pronouncement of the judges, and I'm sure people can have varying opinions on it. There's still plenty of time to redress the balance, whereas Talley will be looking for more of the same.
Just over a minute gone in round 2. Now a bit of passivity from both men. And a standing 8 count. Well, I can't really see what that was for.
Yeah, Regarn Simbwa not having it his own way here. Jamar Talley popped one up the stairs.
Sends Talley's head back there, does Simbwa. Big right again from the man in red. Talley comes back.
You mentioned the flash and the style of Jamar Talley there. Gets his legs caught up after some very good elusive head movement. But Regarn Simbwa, it seems to be all going against him. Can he sum it up in the last minute?
Well, he's trying to chase Talley, and because he's a round down already, can't afford to lose this one. "20 seconds and change to go, and it's been a scrappy round, this one."
Yeah, as you see, scrappy round. Jamar Talley will be happy with that though, because he's kept Regarn Simbwa on the end of his jab on occasions, and that count will definitely count towards the judges' tally. For Talley.
For Talley indeed. Well, we'll see what they made of that one. I mean, to me that looked a closer round, but if Talley got the first, then he probably got the second. And sure enough, and there's a 10-8 in there from one of the judges, which
it certainly makes it hard now for Regarn Simbwa. He's made of tough stuff. Can he respond? Jamar Talley couldn't have asked for a better start. And he's went about his business in a very organised way, has the American.
seeing some of the highlights of that round too, and
Rigby, second out.
Simbwa right up against it, needs to find a knockout punch. You can see Talley breathing heavily, just as he did yesterday. That could give the Ugandan some encouragement.
Likewise, that leading left hook as he turns up the uppercut as well, tries with the big right hand, swinging for the fences, and Jamar Talley is going to have to be his head and his feet on a swivel. Good movement from the American.
Needed to be. There was vicious intent in those hooks.
Trying to right the perceived injustices that he's felt so far, Simbwa. Talley, to his credit, sticking to his task.
Talley covering up well. This is where Simbwa probably needs to switch to the body, although he got through with the uppercut.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it was earlier.
There's a good right uppercut from Simbwa. That one definitely hit the target.
Good response from Talley in the counter right.
Approaching the midway point of round 3. Wouldn't be a great surprise if Talley had a point deducted in this final round. He's been spoken to a few times by the referee. And Simbwa is going to the body, then the head, and he's trying to unload. He's got Talley where he wants him.
And Talley wisely, clinging on. Limpet style around the waist. And there could be this one, like you mentioned.
That's probably the last warning before the point deduction, I'd say.
Regarn Simbwa probably needs the knockout now. Jamar Talley knows it. He's moving well. Can he keep his head clear?
Is that the head down again from Talley? No, not this time, the referee. Left from Simbwa.
Oh, lovely jab as well there from Talley.
Yep.
Just when he's needed to, Rory, he's found little answers and little moments. And there the fine margins, because he's up against Regarn Simbwa, who will feel wronged. He's given it everything he can, the man from Uganda.
20 seconds to go to find that lightning bolt. Just missed with, looked a big uppercut. Talley doing a good job of missing those big punches and landing a couple of his own, and there's another standing 8 count for Simbwa.
Yeah, and that one very much deserved. The first one you could have argued, but that one there, a huge chopping right hand from Jamar Talley, and that puts a nice, sweet finish on it for the American, regardless of any other previous debates or what could have happened. But Talley there in the end, finishing with a flourish.
He did, and Jamar Talley confirming his place in the semi-finals, where he will face Georgi Kushitashvili.
And he'll have had easier days.
Oh yeah.
That was a very, very tough fight indeed. Regarn Simbwa contributing massively to an excellent fight. Maybe not getting the rewards in terms of the overall judges, but in the end, Jamar Talley making sure the right man wins there with a good finish.
Talley was at least 2 points up on the scoreboards going into the final round, and just get the official verdict now.
In the blue corner, representing USA, Talley Jamar.
Jamar Talley into the quarterfinals. The winners of the quarterfinals get the quotas. So we got Erkin Adilbek Ulu of Kyrgyzstan against Lauren Alfonso of Azerbaijan, and then Georgi Kushitashvili of Georgia against the United States, Jamar Talley. That is it as far as this evening has been concerned, and it's been another entertaining day of boxing. I think the highlight were those quota bouts earlier, as we see the highlights from Simbwa and Talley.
Yeah, I fully endorse that, Rory. It's been an excellent session. Plenty of high-quality bouts here in Bangkok, and some good action to finish it off. And also on a day when 4 athletes have secured their ticket to Paris.
That's right, 4 on Ring B here, 4 more on Ring A. It's a good day for the brothers from Jordan. Zayad Ishaish winning a quota spot in the afternoon session, and Hussein Ishaish moving through to the semi-finals at 80 kilograms. And across the board for Talley, or not quite. I think Simbwa got the last round on one of the scorecards. Canadian judge giving him that final round. But no doubt about your winner. It's Jamar Talley going